The human brain, often called the most complex organ known to mankind, is nothing short of a miracle, a true masterpiece of creation that many see as the direct handiwork of God. But here's the incredible part. The brain isn't just a passive processor. It's alive, dynamic, and constantly evolving, even in adulthood. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire and form new connections, shatters the outdated belief that our brain becomes rigid as we grow older. This adaptability mirrors divine grace, a powerful reflection of the second chances, growth, and redemption that are deeply ingrained in our spiritual beliefs. Just like the infinite mercy of God, our brain has the ability to learn, heal, and transform, providing us with the opportunity to continuously reshape our lives. For centuries, philosophers and spiritual leaders have viewed the brain as the seat of the soul, the sacred point where our human experience meets the divine. The Bible says in Romans 12, verse 2, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." This dynamic transformation is not only spiritual, but also neurological. The brain's incredible capacity to adapt and evolve can be seen as a tool for receiving divine wisdom. If we are made in God's image, then the brain's constant rewiring and learning might be a mirror of God's own dynamic nature. As our experiences shape our minds, could we also be shaping our connection to the divine, tuning into the subtle messages from God? Consider this. Ancient spiritual texts like the Vedas, the Torah, and the Quran all highlight themes of renewal and transformation. The brain's capacity to learn and heal seems to resonate deeply with these ancient teachings. If the brain can change and grow throughout our lives, it's possible that it's also designed to receive divine messages, like a finely tuned radio picking up a clear signal. The more we nurture our minds with wisdom, love, and patience, the clearer our connection to God becomes. Every choice we make, whether to embrace positivity or fall into negativity, shapes not only our brains but also our spiritual journey. The two are interconnected, and as we consciously cultivate a mind filled with peace and purpose, our divine communication becomes stronger, manifesting as insights, intuition, and a profound sense of purpose. But there's more. Our words and emotions play a critical role in this process. Words are powerful, shaping worlds, building civilizations, and determining destinies. Their influence stretches far beyond human interactions, reaching into the spiritual realm where words become the bridge between us and the divine. The Gospel of John begins with, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." This sacred connection between words and the divine reminds us that what we speak, both aloud and in our hearts, has a profound impact on our spiritual connection. Words spoken with love and kindness have the power to open our hearts and minds, creating pathways for divine resonance. But words laced with anger or resentment cloud our perceptions, blocking our ability to receive spiritual clarity. The emotional weight of our words doesn't just affect others. It sculpts our own brain's architecture, shaping the way we think and feel. Neuroscience shows us that words, when infused with emotion, can literally rewire our brains. Spiritually, the words we choose shape our receptivity to God's messages, aligning us with divine frequencies of love, compassion, and grace. But just as powerful as our words are, so too are our emotions. How we feel directly influences how we connect with the divine. The limbic system, which governs our emotions, is in constant flux, affected by everything happening around us. When our hearts are heavy with anger or resentment, it's like trying to listen to a radio with static. It becomes harder to hear God's whispers. But when we find peace, even amid chaos, we can tune in more clearly to divine communication. This is why it's so important to not only choose our words wisely, but also to manage our emotions. By calming the storms within us, we create space for clarity, for connection, for the divine to speak. But the impact of words doesn't end there. Words and emotions feed off each other, influencing our thoughts, actions, and ultimately our spiritual path. Ancient scriptures warn about the dangers of unbridled speech, and modern science backs this up. Words filled with anger or negativity impact not only those around us but also ourselves. When we lash out, the damage isn't just external, it's internal. In those moments, seeking divine guidance can give us the strength and clarity to pause, to breathe, and to choose words that bring healing instead of harm. Psalms 19 verse 14 says, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight," underscoring the powerful connection between our speech, our emotions, and our relationship with the divine. Neuroplasticity isn't just a scientific concept, it's a reflection of the divine design. The human brain's ability to grow, adapt, and rewire throughout life is nothing short of miraculous. This constant evolution, much like our spiritual journey, highlights the potential for endless growth and transformation. At the intersection of faith and neuroscience, we see a divine blueprint, a guide that shows us how to grow, how to evolve, and how to deepen our relationship with God. Every action, thought, and emotion we experience has a consequence. The law of cause and effect isn't just a spiritual teaching, it's a neurological truth. Our thoughts and actions literally shape the pathways in our brains, creating patterns that influence how we see the world. Spiritually, this law reminds us that everything we do has ripple effects. When we choose kindness, love, and compassion, we not only nourish our souls, but also invite God's blessings into our lives. Neuroscience shows us that these positive actions reshape our brains, making it easier to continue making choices that align with our higher purpose. The law of choice gives us the power to steer our lives. Every decision we make shapes our neural pathways and determines the course of our spiritual journey. God has granted us the gift of free will, and with that comes the responsibility to make choices that bring us closer to Him. The more we align our actions with divine purpose, the more clearly we can see the path ahead. But just as our brains can change, so too can our souls. Neurogenesis, the birth of new neurons, parallels the spiritual concept of renewal. Just as the brain can create new pathways, God offers us the chance to start anew, to be forgiven, to grow beyond our past. Yet growth, whether spiritual or cerebral, is never without its challenges. Life's trials and tribulations, much like the intense physical training that shocks the brain into growth, are necessary for our spiritual development. These challenges are the crucibles that refine our character, strengthen our faith, and deepen our connection to God. The laws of cause and effect, adaptation, and choice remind us that every experience, whether joyful or painful, contributes to our growth, both neurologically and spiritually. The human brain, with its capacity for endless adaptation, is a testament to God's magnificent design, and the divine laws that govern our existence offer a roadmap for navigating life's complexities, guiding us towards spiritual growth and enlightenment.